I'm Tamara.
I'm confused.
And this is Fearful Friends Podcast. Hey, confused.
Just got some extra notes for you.
Why?
In my song.
The
one I just sang.
Okay, right.
My melody.
Thank you.
What's up?
Well, it's Sunday. Have the Sunday scaries.
You're depressed because tomorrow's Monday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I wish there was something I could do to change that, but it's still going to happen whether or not I say so.
I know.
Did that help?
No.
It probably made it worse.
My psychiatrist, I just had an appointment with her last week, and she was like, how are you doing? Do you think we need to up your meds? And I'm like, nope, everything's great. Definitely don't need to be up. I'm just so afraid she's gonna be like, if I'm like, yeah, I need to up my med, she's gonna be like, you're a drug addict or something.
Do you think that?
No, I mean, I
was like, do you think she would? Is that a
not
thing?
even taking controlled substances. I just am a self-conscious person that I have to be like, oh no, everything's great.
I don't think they want you to say that if it's
know.
not.
I know. I know.
That's the one person in this world you have to be honest with is your therapist.
I know, it's just so weird. I get on the end of the appointment and it's so what's been going on? How are you feeling? And I'm
you're just I'm great.
I just
wonderful.
Blank out and I'm like, I don't know, everything that I can think of is good. And then I just have a panic attack Sunday night.
And you probably don't tell her about that because you forget.
Yeah.
By your next appointment. Yeah. Here's what you should do. Just making a little reminder for your pills that you're supposed to take so you don't forget them. Also making a reminder to jot down how you're feeling. Have a little notebook for your feelings.
Yeah, or maybe I could just have a
little
note,
problems.
This. Yeah. I had this problem this day, and then email it to her right before the appointment, so that I could be
because you're just I'm this neurotic.
Yeah, don't put me on the spot.
Here's a list because when you ask me questions, I blank out and just see black.
Yeah. Who's Tamara? I don't know.
Help me.
So you got a big bruise on your arm there. Who did you fight?
Homie, I think I have cancer. These. I'm going to show you something.
I think
you might see my butt or vagina
again.
That'll be week 2.
Holy shit, Ariel, you need some freaking...
Dude.
It looks like you fell off of a bicycle or something.
So I did fall.
Okay.
But I didn't think it would be that bad.
Okay.
And I think that's how I got this, although I don't remember hurting my arm. I don't remember... I fell over in my cooler. The good thing is... I was on my knees when it happened, so I didn't fall far. But a fucking customer had knocked a thing of milk off the shelf, and it was in a place where you can't. There's a corner of my cooler that's basically blocked by 2 sets of shelves. It's the no man's land, and I have to use a broom or my hand. I have to get down on the ground to reach things that people drop. And so they knocked over a fucking thing of milk, and I was worried it was going to start just gushing. And I was trying to get it. So I was on my knees reaching for this thing in the corner. And I guess my knee was on a piece of laminated paper on the ground and it slipped. And my hip went right into one of my shelves, which is about a foot high off the ground. And man, it hurt. I was just this is how someone's going to find me in my cooler, just on the ground, help, my hip. So I was texting Matt when I got home, when I was on my way home, and I was just I got my truck done in record time today. This is amazing. And he's just oh, I'm glad you finished it on time, but I hope you didn't hurt your back doing it. And I was I didn't hurt my back. It's my back's fine, but you should see this wicked knot I have. Right after it happened, I had a fucking bump on my leg the size of a grapefruit.
Oh my God.
I don't even know how this happened.
You need some iron.
I'm taking, when I remember to take my multivitamin, I'm taking that. I'm sure it has iron in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I could probably get that from broccoli too, right?
No.
No? I mean, broccoli had iron in it.
I think greens do have iron in them, but
Not enough?
I don't. It's not enough for me. I have to take iron.
Oh, is it because we bleed?
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense. Actually, that makes sense why this bruising is so bad. I am on my period.
Yeah, my iron levels go down. That's usually when I take my supplement.
Wow.
I can like start to feel like the exhaustion, and then like I start looking even more pale than ever. And
we're like little
bruises.
vampires.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But instead of taking blood in, we're just gushing it out and also dying.
Yeah.
Goodness. I'm gonna say this one more thing from Crazy Ex-Girlfriend.
Okay.
There's this one point where like everybody in the office is in sync, and they're like, "It's like we're in a little blood coven." Sorry, that's it. We can cut that out.
I wish I had coworkers I was close with. We actually have a position open for a part-time teller. I wish it was going to be full-time, but like maybe we'll actually hire a good person, and it's like someone I can get along with. And like,
do you want to be a dairy manager? Oh, okay.
No, I don't. You know what my husband does when he comes home from work as a grocery store manager?
Goes in his room and plays video games for the rest of the night?
Uh-huh. The video game he's been playing is a grocery store simulator.
No. Are you joking?
Not at all.
Tamara, he's depressed.
He loves it. He's like so excited about it.
He's playing that game like, this is what I can change about my life. I'm gonna be in a good store.
I'm in the power now.
Wow. I've not gotten to that point yet.
I was like, I cannot imagine like going home and playing like a bank simulator.
No. I remember when I first started like cashiering back in the Winn-Dixie days, I would literally go home and have nightmares, the beeping noises, especially like around the holidays.
Mm-hmm.
Just, I would hear it in my fucking sleep. And it would just like, I would have so much anxiety. And like to get off of work and be like, let's go back.
Yeah.
Because
I need to get paid
reality
for
is
this.
not good enough. I'm going to simulate my job.
I used to have the same dreams. It wasn't anxiety though. It was just like scanning. Boop, 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 boop. Like the monotony just like
PTSD
stuck in my head. But now I'm like, oh,
I miss those days. The simplicity.
What a life.
The simplicity of it all.
Just come in and scan shit and go home.
I know. Customer gets mad at you? Okay, sorry. You can talk to the manager. I don't have to deal with it.
You can take this receipt up to customer service.
The only problem is at my store, we don't have a customer service.
Ugh.
So if you fuck up as a cashier, you got to fix it.
Can't fuck up much as a cashier.
I don't know. We had a cashier like a couple weeks ago, like curse out a customer on the sales floor, like as loud as he could. He spends his lunch break drinking in his car.
Wow.
Yeah. For funsies, literally, you know how jumpy of a person I am. I fucking jump at everything, even when I'm not high. And like, I was just like up front filling something up, and he thought it would be funny to like open up the manager's office door and scream into it at the top of his lungs to like scare whoever was inside. And like my store manager could have been on a conference call with corporate. We could have been doing an interview. You know, like things happen in those offices that aren't like fun. And it was so loud. Like I like fucking jumped. I like threw my shit in the air. I dropped a whole thing of fucking soda on the ground because I was just like, what the fuck? Like someone's hurt, someone fell, someone's screaming. And he's just like fucking hammered on the front end, like opening up the door and just screaming.
Do y'all need a new hiring manager? Because who's making these decisions?
I don't fucking know.
Oh my God.
It's bad.
Jeez.
Sorry, I'm cracking all my knuckles. Once I started, I can't stop.
Do you still have a bodyguard posted outside?
No,
that was so
finished.
weird.
Yeah, that was really weird. That was finished that Sunday. So I don't know. They just went around. Oh, I didn't tell you. I didn't say on the podcast what happened.
Oh,
right?
no.
Did I?
We did. We cut that out. There was a whole thing, and a bodyguard had to be posted outside the one of the offices.
Did we cut that out?
We did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's been all resolved. Sorry, I'm too scared to get into it.
Grocery store bodyguard.
Yeah, causing a lot of drama. Sometimes I feel like we should have a bodyguard. Just to make things exciting.
Yeah, but like, who trusts men?
Who said it had to be a man?
Okay.
I'm pretty burly. I could rough someone up if I had to.
I could not.
I've got a lot of pent up rage.
I have a bad knee.
What'd you say to me? You want cucumbers? Just like go off.
You want
She has
cucumbers?
a bad knee. I actually have been craving cucumbers lately.
Cucumbers, like mini cucumbers dipped in the hell of a good ranch dip.
Ew.
It's so good.
I can't get down with ranch on cucumbers. I don't know why.
It's the only way I can eat them. Sometimes
Like ranch on carrots is okay.
Yeah.
But like ranch on cucumbers, it's like a sin. I like the freshness of a cucumber.
So I don't like the flavor of a cucumber, so
It's like vegetable watermelon.
exactly.
I like it. You know me. I like the green part of the watermelon. The pale part.
Ew.
Not green, but the pale part
Right.
around the rind.
Yeah. The part without all the flavor and good stuff in it.
I like a bland watermelon. Anyways, you got anything else?
Let's see. What has been happening in my life? No, nothing's happened. I'm just, living. Summer's about to start. Em's almost out of school. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do with her. If one more person asks me, "Oh, what summer camps have you signed up for?" I'm like,
Ew.
ma'am, I wish I could go on food stamps. Like, I have like Googled food giveaways. Like,
Oh.
we're not doing school camps. And this one customer comes up and he's like, "Oh yeah, well, this blah 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 camp, it's like $200 a week. It's such a good deal." And I'm like,
$200 a week.
that's on the low side. And I'm like, yeah, like that is a good deal. Like when you think about other camps, but like also like
That's a lot of money.
I can like, I could not like.
That's like a third of
Jeez.
my paycheck.
I know. Kids are so expensive. It's stupid.
Yeah.
I'm like truly so sick of people asking me that every fucking day.
So what are you gonna do?
And then like
Sorry.
I'm like around the moms and they're like, "Oh, we signed up for this camp and this camp. Oh, have you heard about this camp?" And I'm like, no. And like on top of that, I don't trust people with my kid. Like summer camp counselors are like basically children themselves. I do not trust. No.
Yeah, but you're gonna. I mean, you send your kids to school every day.
Yeah, but that's like with a teacher who's like,
Okay. Do you remember the case we just did a few weeks back where the teachers were literally 18 and 19?
yes, but it was a long time ago.
I'm sure it still happens.
I'm sure it does, but like I can't even walk into the school myself. But like summer camp, like what the fuck's going on there? Who
Jason
knows?
Voorhees, that's what's going on.
Yeah.
That's what you have to be worried about.
I know. Like I don't even let my kid go on a bike. No, I will let her go on a bike.
I
meant
was
to
like,
say-
what?
I meant a bus, like a school bus.
Why? Actually, I fucking hated the school bus. That was my least favorite part of... Actually, no, there were a lot worse parts. But that was like up there with the worst shit.
I just don't trust anyone. Like,
No, people are dickheads on the bus because the bus driver doesn't give a shit. They're not paying attention.
yeah, like who's this fucking bus driver? Who's these kids? Like, you can't see what's going. I just
No.
And then I have to trust somebody else is driving, and like, no.
I drank vodka out of a 2-liter bottle of Sprite on the school bus one morning on the way to school, and the bus driver didn't say shit to me.
Yeah.
You know vodka has a smell. You know he smelt that on me.
Yeah. Yep. Like,
They don't care.
kids definitely like smoked pot on the bus and did dirty things.
Throw
on
their
buses.
fucking tampons.
Ugh.
I know someone who got fingered on a bus.
Ugh.
That's disgusting.
Ugh. God.
Yeah.
Was it you, Rel? You look really guilty.
It was not.
Sure.
I'm sure I've done horrible things on a bus, but not that. Who knows what I did when I was drinking that 2-liter bottle of fuck.
Oh my gosh. On Thursday, it was like bedtime and I was just feeling like a little like anxious. And I really wanted to go to sleep. So I was like, whatever, I'm going to have an edible. That's a little gummy, a little garden gummy.
Garden gummy.
My little like 10 milligrams that I take a bite of. Okay. And of course I fall asleep before it even kicks in.
Wonderful.
It was just
that's what you want.
The placebo effect.
That's what
I
you
needed
want.
to sleep. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I wake up the next morning and I forgot all about this. And I was so drowsy. I did not know what was going on. And finally I was like, I'm still fucking high. I was like, oh my God.
That's awesome.
Well,
That's
it's
one
not
long-lasting gummy.
Like when I have to take my kid to fucking school and then go into work and I'm like,
drink some coffee. You'll sober up.
I had a freaking giant energy drink and I'm still like, I cannot keep my eyes open. I have like massive dark circles under my eyes and my eyes are bright red and I cannot find any eye drops in my purse that has everything. Like I know I have eye drops in there. And I was so drowsy. I couldn't keep my eyes open. And of course, one of my regular customers, whose eyes are always bloodshot, by the way, and it's something that we notice. And he's always the type that's like, oh, while you run my transaction, I got to run out to my car real quick. Every single time. Oh, I forgot something in my car. His eyes are always bright red. Okay.
Do you think he's going out to his car to smoke a joint?
No, I think maybe he's doing some other stuff in his car. But
Oh.
whatever.
Exciting.
And he notices, he's like, wow, your eyes are red. You just tired. I was like, I just have a migraine. Like, I'm exhausted. And he's like, okay. Like, he did not buy my story at all.
Really?
That
would have convinced me.
I know. But I walked in there and told my boss, I was like, I just have such a bad migraine. I did not sleep all night. Like, that's why I look like this.
Were other
reasons.
people actually asking you why you look like that?
No, I could just tell I looked like my eyes were like gray, like around my eyes. And I had even like put concealer on them and
jeez.
And I was just
maybe
like,
you need more sleep. Maybe you still didn't get enough.
yeah, definitely.
Like take it earlier in the day.
Yeah.
Night.
Yeah.
Whatever. What time did you take it?
Like 10 o'clock. I usually will not take it when I have to be up really early in the morning.
Oh.
Yeah.
I take mine at like 8. Because I want to make sure I fall asleep before my deadline.
And I think like the real like weed THC last in my system a lot longer than the Delta 8 or 9.
Mm-hmm.
What was
that
that?
was really loud. I gotta go tell Matt to turn the volume down.
Oh, okay.
Just a skosh.
How do you spell skosh?
I don't think I spelled it right. That's
Oh.
what I was looking at. SASCHOSH. That doesn't sound right.
I would do
Skosh.
SCOSH.
I'm not taking spelling advice from someone who spelt the word horny with an E.
Horny, okay.
I was like looking at the title and I'm like, can't take that episode down.
I did that in a title?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
We need to get you spell check on every device.
I mean, I have a lot of spell check.
So it's fine. It's just that implies that the ghost had horns. It wasn't like Randy. It was horny. With horns.
It's a double entendre.
Wink.
Yeah, meant to do that. I'm just looking at all of the like spelling issues on my report.
Now you're so self-conscious.
Wow. There's a lot of red little squigglies.
That's funny.
Wow.
Well, are you ready to read me all those little red squigglies?
I am.
What do we got?
So, I did my report on the Whaley House.
Oh, wow. A little continuation from last week.
Yes.
You're in a haunted spree.
I am.
A horny ghost spree, if you will.
I just like am really already sick of summer.
What does that have to do with the Whaley House?
Some
Oh, you want
scary,
some fall.
spooky.
Spooky skeletons?
Yeah. Today, when it was like really, really raining
Fuck
earlier,
yeah, dude.
all I wanted to do was go sit out on my patio in the rain and just like,
Did you have to work today?
no.
Why didn't you do that then?
I had a million other things to do. That's why I get the Sunday scaries.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I like literally like when it started fucking pouring, I just opened up my blinds in the front room and I was just literally holding my drink, just watching the rain come down like a fucking old man. Just like, yes, drown the bitches out there.
I would definitely do that. And then I would definitely get caught doing it. And
I had to move away from the window when my neighbor got in his car because I was like, he can clearly see me. At the time, I was wearing a soccer jersey because my husband's team was playing, and it's apparently good luck because they won today.
Oh, good.
But it's like neon yellow, and I was like, yeah, everyone can see me just looking out my window. I had a bowl of salad in front of me at one point, just crunching on croutons, hunched over, looking out the window.
What is it about rain that's just so like...
The fact that it has been a fucking drought in this bitch. Like, I've never cared so much about rain in my life.
I know, even Rich is out watering the backyard. I'm like, what are you doing?
It's because the soil's becoming hydrophobic. The water's just running right off because everything is so fucking dry. And then everything is just, it's a desert.
Yeah, it's not.
I'm very upset.
It rained today. We're going to get through it.
We're going to get some rain tomorrow, I think, too.
Oh, good. What time?
I don't know.
Like a bad storm?
Every time I think it's going to rain, it never does. This is the first time it actually happened, but it was like 6 hours late.
If we could have like a really bad storm from like 9 to 5 tomorrow, that'd be really nice.
But then you can't enjoy it because you'll be at work.
Yeah, but then I'll be able to enjoy myself at work.
Oh, because nobody will be in there?
Yeah. And I could do the things I love, nice. Like put on hand cream and search for jobs.
Okay. Do you do those at the same time?
No.
I was like, doesn't your keyboard get so slippery?
I do put hand cream on like all day long.
Things I love, like putting on hand cream. Oh my God. Okay.
The Whaley House.
Tell me about the Whaley House.
Yes. So
I don't know where we just went.
I have no idea. So last episode I talked about my experience in the Whaley House. With
her deranged, random rumblings, mumblings of the Whaley House.
My mother scaring the absolute bejeebus out of the entire tour group.
By scream sneezing.
Yeah. And some creeper peeking in a window. I found a picture
of the creeper.
No.
Oh God! I got so excited.
Of like that angle, so you could like see what I was talking about with that like fake window thing.
I have a picture in my head. It's probably nothing like the picture in my head. I'm picturing beautiful wildflowers outside the window.
No, it's just like a town.
Oh, that's lame.
Sorry. And when I was there, it was like a construction fence behind it. So,
well, maybe back in the day there were wildflowers.
I hope so.
San Diego.
Yes.
Is that where we're at?
San Diego?
Yeah. Fuck yeah, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
So we have another most haunted house in America.
There's always one.
According
1,000.
So this is according to Travel Channel. You know, who isn't the most haunted house?
Did they have a show though called The Most Haunted Places? Where all of the places were the most haunted place.
Yeah, I was literally listening to a podcast about some random house, and they were like, this is the most haunted house in America. And I was like, okay.
Which is it? We could do like a March Madness style bracket of haunted houses.
Let's do it.
That'll be our next Halloween special.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Halloween Madness.
Halloween Madness. Oh. TM.
I was also thinking for like our like 1 year 52nd episode. I don't know. Whatever.
You want to do a 52nd episode?
Well, isn't there 52 50 weeks?
I don't know. 52 maybe?
Yeah.
I don't
52 deck cards in a deck.
I thought you were about to say 52 decades.
Anyway. We're coming up on that number somewhere around there. And we could do, what I was thinking was like go on to TikTok and ask people to submit funny things. Like, we're not gonna.
We literally ask people to submit funny things every episode.
Yeah, but I feel like we have more of an audience on TikTok. So, and
than on our podcast.
Then it'll bring more people in. But doing things like a list of things that are awkward, but they shouldn't be. Like, it's funny stuff, and then doing like other
putting
like
on chapstick.
Yeah, exactly. But like reading people's submissions and then doing like little funny games that other podcasts do, stuff like that. And then maybe we'll get, someone to submit a story. Oh, we have one story.
We have a couple.
Oh, we do?
Yes. My one person that submitted their stories. There's like 3 or 4 stories in there.
Oh, okay.
And then I would like to get Matt on to tell his story.
Okay.
He's got a lot of haunting stories. He's a very haunted man.
Yeah. Okay. So, anyway, this probably top 10 haunted houses. The Whaley House. That's in my opinion. Maybe top 5. I don't know.
Top 20.
Yeah.
Let's say top 50. Cover all the states.
Right.
There's one haunted house in every state.
Yeah.
Did that make sense? One most haunted house per state.
Okay, so we can call this one the most haunted house in California.
Well, are we counting the Winchester Mansion, though? How about Alcatraz? I guess that's not a house, but it is a place.
I feel like...
Oh, there's a lot of haunted places in California.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like the... Okay, we'll say Southern California.
Okay, maybe we should do the most haunted houses per county. That's the most haunted houses of San Gabriel Valley.
Right. Like, the podcast I was listening to, it was a Underground Railroad, and I'm like, that sounds scary. Like, come on.
That does sound scary, even if it wasn't haunted.
Yeah.
All right, sorry. The most haunted place. Oh, really quick. I got to do the voice. You're about to enter the most haunted house in the world.
See, if they would have done that on my tour, it would have been a lot more, like,
I know.
interesting.
You got to get, what's her name? Zelda Rosenbaum or something? She's the one from America's Most Haunted Places.
The little lady with the weird voice
Yes!
that was on Poltergeist?
Yes!
I don't know what her name is, but...
I think it's Zelda. That was my impression of her.
Okay.
Sorry. Carry on. The Whaley
Is she
House.
alive? Is she awake?
I don't think she is.
Okay. So, the Whaley House is located in San Diego, California, in Old Town.
San Diego, California. That's it. Sorry.
Okay.
Giving me the creeps.
So, Old Town's this like little tourist area, and I swear to God, it looks like it's out of Disney World. It's got like, it's just like a little Mexican town with like decor and little shops and art galleries and restaurants.
It's like Epcot.
Exactly. It's so cute. I love it. Anyway, so we were visiting friends. My friend's family, like her extended family, was there. And we went out to dinner in Old Town, and we just happened to be walking by the Whaley House, and we're like, obviously we're doing this. Like,
Let's get it.
And it was like, oh yeah, no, we have a nighttime tour, and we're like, all right, we'll coming back after dinner. Like,
and you don't have to make a resi? That's fucking rad.
I think we did before dinner. We I don't know.
Booked it.
Yeah. But you've already heard that story.
But if someone randomly tunes in for some reason without listening to the previous 40 episodes, now we caught them up.
Yeah. There's creepy people in windows, seasonal allergies. Be careful.
Very scary stuff.
So let's go back to 1852. Time machine. San Diego. Pause.
I was going to say, I have a feeling we're about to get off track.
Yeah.
She just had a look in her eye. Can you get me some crackers?
I mean, if you have the ingredients of this thing I'm going to talk about, go for it. But did you ever watch The Girls Next Door with like
No.
Holly Madison and all that? Okay. So on one of the episodes, they're going to San Diego, and Kendra.
It's angering me that you don't say San Diego, but I'll go, whatever. Go on.
That's angering you. If you said San Diego to me seriously, I would be very angry.
You have to say it like that.
No.
Carry on.
No one has to.
San Diego.
Anyway, she makes Eggo waffles and puts cinnamon sugar on them and calls them Sandy Eggos. And like, how fucking brilliant is that?
They sell cinnamon waffles.
But like, you put a lot on there, and there's Sandy Eggos. Sandy. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
This is the part where you make me waffles.
I don't have waffles. I also don't have sugar. You want some stevia on your Eggos?
Absolutely not.
I love stevia. Also, just buy cinnamon waffles.
But then they're
I
not
will
sandy.
not allow a playgirl to profitize on my waffles.
Listen,
Is that a word?
Kendra can do
Didn't she
little
die?
wrong. No.
Let's start a rumor that she did.
Why?
Just to watch the world burn. Sorry. San Diego.
So, 1852. Yankee Jim, who is a...
That's not a real name.
No, it's not. He's called that. I don't know.
You don't know his real name?
Yankee James. No, I didn't write that. No, okay? Yankee Jim.
Okay.
Does
Does he have a last name?
No. His last name's...
Jim.
Yeah.
First name Yankee.
So he's a small-time crook. He's caught stealing a small boat, like a rowboat. Okay?
Cute. That's cute. That's like Little Rascals shit right there.
Right. But the town had had enough of his shit.
And they're like, hang him.
That's exactly what happened.
I'm sorry that I'm
So,
laughing.
like, I mean, you could just put the dude in jail,
Yeah.
prison,
Yeah.
but
Like throw some rocks at his head. Like, that's fine. But
Just
like,
hang him about it. I don't know.
the noose of it all.
No more energy for this dude. So the hanging didn't go well
For him, I'm assuming.
for him. Yeah.
Does any hanging go well for anyone?
Well, like,
I feel like
worse-
either way you end up dead.
Right. Worse than you would expect or like deserve.
Did he shit himself in front of everybody?
I don't know, but that
That
probably happens.
It
Yeah.
does happen. You soil yourself when you
Wow.
die.
Um,
Give it 30 minutes.
so this is back when they didn't know how to like, or know that they needed to calculate a person's height and weight to make sure they
They
actually
had the right height.
broke their neck
You
when they fell. Like they had to, like, how much
have to drop
rope?
from a certain
Where's
height,
the
yeah.
ground? Where are we putting the cart? Anyway, so
They just winged it.
yeah, so that was called the short drop. And then very shortly after this, they moved on to doing the long drop, where people were actually killed right away.
Humanely, yeah.
Yeah, instead of suffering and dying of asphyxiation that could take like 30 minutes hanging there. Yankee Jim's tiptoes actually scratched the ground after the cart under him at the gallows was pushed away and he hung from the noose. He hung there for 45 minutes, being slowly strangled while a crowd of people watched.
It's because his toes could touch the floor and that little bit was like letting off the pressure.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, think about the toe cramps. I'd die just from toe cramps. Ugh.
I would hope I would just pass out due to like the trauma of it all.
Ugh, I don't know. I don't think you do.
So one onlooker was Thomas Whaley.
Hey, I know that guy.
Mm-hmm. Do you know him?
He lives in San Diego.
Still, yeah.
Sorry.
San Diego? San Diego? What is... No.
That's from Anchorman.
Okay. I don't think I've ever watched that whole movie.
Get cultured.
You're right. I'm sorry. Thomas was born in New York City in 1823. So
at this point, he was in his 30s.
Well, he was 29. Very close. Thanks. Very good.
I'm trying
A+.
so hard.
I know.
I'm really working on my brain skills.
So he was 29 when he was watching this guy hang. He had moved to California during the gold rush, and after a few unsuccessful or burned down businesses, he moved back to New York where he married his high school sweetheart, Anna.
I have 2 questions.
Okay.
First of all, are we going to find out what Yankee Jim has to do with the Whaley House?
Yeah.
Second of all, hold on. Was he burning down his businesses?
I don't think so, but it did happen a lot to him.
Maybe things were just burning down a lot back in the 1850s.
Yeah, there's a lot
of fire.
Fireplaces and timber and...
Oh, they didn't have power back then, right?
Please stop asking me questions.
Sorry. Okay. I'll just sit quietly on a podcast that we record together.
Ask me questions that are going to make me look smart.
How was your day? I don't know.
Silence. Anyway, so Anna and Thomas moved back to San Diego in 1855. In 1855, Thomas wanted to build a house to raise a family in. While searching for a place for their home, they discovered the land where the old gallows had been was for sale. The same place he watched Yankee Jim hang for nearly an hour. And this land was cheap.
Because of all the gallows.
Yeah, because like it's no longer like a cool thing to watch people die.
Yeah. Now
nobody wants it.
Damn.
It's only a few years later.
We made this land haunted. We should sell it for cheap.
Yeah. We tortured a lot of people there.
Sucks for real estate.
Yeah. Like, it's so weird to think of like standing in a place where people were hanged. Like,
yeah.
Like to go back in time and like I was standing there and like just to like close your eyes and like picture in the same spot there was people in like the period clothing and there was like gallows and they watched someone be killed,
die,
like right here
for sport. Yeah,
so creepy.
That's fucking weird.
Yeah. So he buys the land for like nothing and he builds a home on it for $10,000. And back
then it was probably a mansion.
Yeah. It was a lot back then for a house. So this house was like nice, okay? It was the first brick.
I thought you were about to say noisy, and I was like, is it the gallows?
Is it the ghost?
Are the gallows gallowing? That's the title right there.
It was the first brick house in San Diego. The newspaper called it the finest house in Southern California.
In SoCal, bro.
Southern California, yay.
Perfect. I love it.
I love California.
California. Go on, please.
Okay. Please stop. Move on. Everyone forget I did that.
This chair really needs a footstool.
Thomas added a granary and a general store to the home for the family to run.
What's a granary?
Where
like a mill where they crush the stuff to make flour?
Kind of, yeah. They like separate seeds from.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Thomas and Anna had 3 children. They named Anna, Thomas, and Francis. So they named their kids
after themselves.
Yeah.
Poor Francis.
I know.
He's like, I guess I just wasn't special. No, you were named after the dog.
Yeah. We buried him out back.
You're Francis Jr.
Soon after the house was built, everyone started hearing shit in the house. I really wrote that.
Shocker.
There were footsteps heard in the living room. This is a big spot on the tour because in the living room, there's this archway. And
that's where the gallows was, wasn't it?
Yes.
Ooh.
Right in that location. Hold
What
on.
is that? Is it thundering? Ooh,
It feels like my stomach.
It could also be my stomach. Drank kombucha earlier.
Ooh. So the family knows Thomas, his background with Yankee Jim, and they just assume it's Yankee Jim's spirit and not one of the, like, so many other people.
How the fuck
They're like,
do they know?
No, this is Yankee Jim. I know. If I know anything.
Smells like him in here. Smells like shit.
Yeah. Sadly, the family experienced a lot of bad luck in this home. Miss Whaley says she believed that the house was cursed. The first tragedy the family experienced was baby Thomas passing away at 18 months old from scarlet fever. And he passed away in the house.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'd imagine a lot of people pass away in the house because back then you don't go to the doctor will go to you.
Yeah. And you can't just, like, get in an ambulance.
Yeah.
So not so fun fact that everyone probably already knows, scarlet fever is caused by the same thing as strep throat.
Pox.
Strep throat. And
I thought it was chicken pox. Gross.
that's shingles.
Oh, sorry.
And so a lot of times when people get strep throat, they also get the scarlet fever rash all over them, and it's just like tiny pinpricks. So last time Em had strep, I brought her.
Your baby has already had strep?
Yeah, she's not a baby. She's fucking 7 somehow. She's
I
about
feel
to
like
be
I
like.
didn't get strep till I was like 12.
I had strep so much as a kid.
Oh. Maybe it runs in your genes.
Yeah. Anyway, so she had that rash all over her, but it wasn't bothering her. It was mostly just like she had a fever and a sore throat.
Mm-hmm.
So
could it have been like a heat rash from her fever? Like, or
it was like very specific. Like you could, it's like these like pinpricks.
Yeah.
And,
that's scary.
So I took her to the doctor. Like, yep, she's got strep throat. She just needs some antibiotics. So when I leave and I look at the discharge paper, it says diagnosis scarlet fever.
That's scary.
I'm like, what? Oh,
am I okay?
So
I was in contact with her.
get away.
Quarantine.
But like, it's just crazy to think of like how close like we come to like living in that time. We would have been dead.
Yeah.
I had strep throat one time so bad when I was a teenager that I swear to God there was a yellow hue over everything, and I thought that I was
could
like,
have been like jaundiced.
yeah. Like I was really, really, really sick. I had never been that sick. Me and my brother both had gotten strep throat, and it was miserable. It was like the worst fucking flu plus sore throat. It was just horrible. And I have like Google searched like that symptom and it never comes up, but he had the same thing. And like
He did?
yeah, and like everything just had a yellow tinge. Like it was like I was wearing yellow sunglasses.
That's wild.
I thought it was not going to go away. I was so scared, but it did.
That's weird.
I probably did have jaundice. You're right.
Probably. Were you yellow, like skinned?
I have no idea.
You should ask your mom. Your mom knows.
I'm sure that she'll just be like, oh yeah, definitely. Yep, I remember that.
Moms.
In fact, let's call her and ask her right now.
After you just abruptly hung up on her for asking you which card you used.
She loves me.
Yeah, she has to.
Hey, sweetie.
Hey, Mom. Quick question. Do you remember when I was like a teenager or
Alerts off. What?
do you remember when I was like a teenager or like a tween? Me and John got strep throat really, really, really bad and we were really sick.
Yeah.
Was my skin yellow?
Yeah. I don't know if it was yellow then, but it was really yellow when your gallbladder went bad.
Okay,
You
that's
know,
not what we're
after
talking about.
surgery.
That's not what we're talking about. Yeah, I know. Okay.
I can't remember if your skin was yellow, but one thing I do remember, when you had strep throat, you could not see only black and white.
Close. Everything was yellow.
You saw everything yellow?
Yeah.
Oh, well, maybe that's what you meant then when you said I can't see color.
Maybe.
And I had taken you to the doctor, and you started to get better, but then you ended up getting the medicine didn't work all the way, and it made you worse. But John had strep throat so often.
Yeah. All right. I was just wondering.
Are you doing your podcast right now?
I am.
Yeah, and it was, he had strep throat so often, and then when they were talking about him having Asperger, they asked me, does he get strep throat much?
Really?
And the thing about that is, Sierra did not get it. I mean, she did.
I know, but I did. Anyway, we have to move on. We don't call it Asperger's anymore. I love you.
I love you, sweetie.
Bye. No. The doctor who Asperger's was named after was actually like a Nazi.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's why we don't call it. I thought it was because of like, I don't know, like people are using it as an insult.
Now we just say on the spectrum.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow, you just taught me something.
Thanks.
Thanks, world.
I never teach people anything. Anyway, God, I was so sick then. That was a huge tangent.
A little bit.
But anyway,
Scarlet fever.
all to say, like,
Oh my God, that was like 20 minutes. I'm so sorry, everyone. It was not 20 minutes, but
all to say that, like, I would have been dead.
Yeah.
Had it been
Yes.
the 1800s.
Yes.
But,
Firmly deadsies.
yeah, scarlet fever. Oh my God. And as I was
Are we
writing
going on
this-
another tangent?
Yes.
Whee!
Buckle up. Oh, my mom's calling again.
Whee!
Hello.
You weren't yellow. You were real super white.
Oh. That's what they called me in high school.
Oh, really?
Mm.
I thought that was Sierra's name.
She
All
was
right.
the real Slim Shady.
I'm hanging up on you. I love you. Goodbye.
Bye.
Okay.
She's so cute. You weren't yellow, you were super white. Get it right, bitch.
I'm playing this game on my phone and it made up a like a username for me. And it's like dull white and then the number 1.
That's a good paint color.
The dull white one. What the fuck? Anyway, so I'm writing this and it's like last Sunday night and I'm sitting in my home office, aka my closet.
I was going to say, Rich's room? No, it couldn't be. That's his man cave.
No, I'm sitting in my closet in the dark because I was putting him to bed in my bed and I was like, let me get stuff. Let me multitask.
You do your notes in the closet?
I have like my desk and my chair and
In
like
the closet?
another computer. It's a big closet. It even has an air conditioning vent in there. It's so big.
Wow. Okay. Well, cool. I have
Yeah.
to see this closet.
You've seen it.
I have?
Yeah.
Wild. Oh, I'm picturing your old house. Sorry.
That's up for rent now. They were going to sell it. Now it's up for rent. They put new floors in. Redid.
Did they fix the mold?
Yeah, there's like a shower in there now. It looks so much nicer. They put in new like vanity, the bathroom vanity, which I had begged them to do because they were literally rotting. It was
disgusting.
like,
It's very old.
what's it called? Rusting through on the sink.
How much are they renting it out for?
$2,800 a month.
What were you paying?
$1,575.
Fucking assholes.
And in my new place, we're paying $2,450, and I cannot afford that. So, if anyone wants to buy pictures of my feet or dirty shoes or underwear, anything you want, toilet paper I've used.
Oh, God.
My hair falls out a lot. I could sell some of my hair to
You
you.
can make cute little voodoo dolls.
I could like blow like
Snot bubbles. She's doing
in a
something with her
tissue,
nose.
like,
oh, okay.
sell my tissues.
That's
Anything,
disgusting.
honestly.
You could get a second job.
Yeah. No, I don't.
You're like, no, that's not the point.
No. Anyway, so I'm in my closet.
Oh my God. Are we ever going to find out about the Whaley House?
It is not about that.
You're in your closet. I feel like I'm on an episode of How I Met Your Mother.
And it's dark because I'm trying to get him to go to sleep in my bed.
Word.
And I had even figured out how to put like dark mode onto our Google Docs somehow.
Okay.
And now it's gone. I don't know.
Maybe it only happens at night now.
That's some pretty serious thunder.
Hell yeah. Sorry. I'm very excited about this.
Yeah.
I'm in my element.
It is about to storm.
That's why
I
I
love
love
it.
sweats today.
I love it. Anyway, so I'm just like
You're in your closet.
typing away, minding my own business with headphones, like full headphones on like this. And I think I hear something, but like also like M snores, and I had put on like relaxing music for her, and I'm like, it's probably just that. And then I see this like glowing hand right here in front of my fucking face, and then it just grabs my shoulder. I was like, ah! Rich scared the ever-loving fucking
He just have
shit out
gangly
of
white
me.
hands.
I was like, why did you do that? And he was like, I was trying to be quiet. I was trying to get your attention. I'm
And
like,
then you scream and wake your fucking daughter up.
and he's like, I was like, why didn't you just say my name or something? Like, talk to me. Why are you whispering? He's like, I didn't want to wake her up. I was like, I'm screaming right now, and she doesn't give a shit. I was so scared. So fucking scared. Like, I saw a ghostly hand, and
He doesn't go outside, Tamara. He's so pale.
so like, how stupid do you have to be? I'm in a closet, in a dark room, like in the dark closet with headphones on.
I'm
And you
sure he thought you could see your periphery. But what your periphery saw was a ghostly hand reaching
Yes.
out of the clothes to get you.
So I'm picturing him walking up to me, seeing me have headphones on, and go, hey.
Yeah, probably. That
And you
sounds
know
like
what
him.
he asked me? Should I put Em in her bed?
Was she not in her bed?
She was in my bed.
Oh. Yeah. Sure.
You had to ask that?
do that.
I'm going to bed. Do I need to put Em in her bed? That's where she sleeps. It's nighttime.
But not today because she fell asleep in your bed.
But like, this is a nightly thing. It takes so long for me to put her to bed that I don't want to just like hang out in her room because I've got stuff to do. So I'm like, all right, you come in my bed, fall asleep there,
And I will
So I
carry
can-
you over.
do stuff. Yeah.
Good God. Trouble in paradise. Sorry.
Anyway, this is not that. This is a story about the Whaley House.
The Whaley House. I forgot what we were talking about. And it's the perfect weather for it. 'Cause it's
Oh,
spooky outside and windy. And
it is
thundering.
We should open this blind window.
You can
I
do
wanna
it.
See it.
Oh, you want me to get up?
Yeah, I feel trapped right now.
Oh, yeah, I guess you are in a tight space. Ooh.
I feel like I need to cuddle up and eat something.
No.
Bad.
Not right now. The Whaley
I just
House.
don't want it to get dark. It's already 7. Okay.
Well, yeah. It's dark at 8:30 though.
Okay.
You're okay.
Anyway.
For now.
So around the same time baby Thomas passed away, a fire also destroyed the Thomas's second general store that he was the Thomas's?
Thomas's.
Destroyed Thomas's second general store he was running in the town. So he had one that was attached to the house and he had another one in somewhere in the town.
And it mysteriously caught fire.
Yeah. I didn't make that connection until you said that. But it was thought to possibly be from arson. Maybe he was the arsonist.
Yeah.
Okay. So with all these tragedies, the family needed a change. So they packed up and moved to San Francisco.
There's
And
no fun way to say that.
I know.
San Francisco. No,
Mhm.
that's lame. All right.
So they still own the house, and it just sat vacant for a while. But then they did start renting it out to like different companies and stuff and different people. It was there for a while.
Okay.
Yeah. Both businesses and
Okay.
private. So in San Francisco, Thomas and Anna had 3 more children.
So that's 5. Because one died.
6. Well, yes. Yes,
Okay.
one died.
Wow. It's a lot.
Their names were Violet, George, and Curran.
Okay. Not terrible. At least they didn't try for Thomas again.
Could you imagine?
Named you after your dad, and you're also your dead brother. Just awkward.
Thomas times 2. Thomas 2.0.
2.0. No. 1.5.
No.
2.5? All right. Sorry. Moving
Thomas
on.
hopes this one sticks. That's
Whaley.
Whaley. It's so horrible. Okay. In this time, Thomas Whaley also helped establish an American base in Alaska and opened more general stores in Alaska. He served as councilman in Sitka, Alaska. So he was doing the damn thing. He was
In Alaska.
all over.
That's very far from California.
Yeah. But he was, they were well off.
How did they do that in 1850? That'd be like a fucking month-long journey to get there.
I know. And like, how do you take care of your family? Whatever. I don't want to think about it because it
Send
gives
money?
me anxiety.
Western Union. Beep, 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 beep.
For real. In this time, Tamara, you already read that.
That scared me. You moved your foot. I thought there was
Sorry.
a dog in here, and then I remembered my dogs are out there. The spooky vibes are here.
It's getting really dark in here, and I love it. In 1868, an earthquake in San Francisco caused the family to move back to San Diego into the Whaley House. They reopened their general store on their property, and in the space that used to be the granary, the city had rented it out and used it as the courthouse for the town.
Cool.
Yep. They also turned a room into...
Is this because he was a councilman? They were just like, you've got stuff going on in Alaska. I bet you could handle a courthouse.
They had like nothing to do with the courthouse.
Oh.
There was just like...
That's weird.
When you like look at the house, there's like this other like wing to it, and that's where the courthouse granary is.
Right on.
They also turned one of the rooms upstairs into San Diego's first theater.
Theater.
Yeah. This is the
San
room of
Diego.
the sneeze.
The sneeze that shook the world.
Sneeze heard. Sneeze heard
And hurled.
around the world. I ruined that joke.
It did both.
Like this room, it was just a bedroom. Like it wasn't a big giant theater room. It was a bedroom. It was just
a
an
porn
upstairs
room.
A porn room.
It was a porn room. They put a porno on the projector. There's enough room for 4 people to jerk off, and then they go back to their court stuff.
That kind of theater. They go back to their court stuff.
Guess we gotta go hang someone now.
Anyway, so there's a lot going on in this house now. It was
Okay.
sat
It's a brothel
empty
and a granary.
A brothel. That is how rumors spread.
And ghosts. And semen also.
I was like, what?
The theater.
Eventually, San Diego officials wanted to relocate. I can't relocate.
Do it. You kind of sounded like Nadja from What We Do in the Shadows. They got to relocate.
Let's try that again. Eventually, San Diego officials wanted to relocate the courthouse, but Thomas told them, no, you have a lease, and you can break the lease if you want, but you're gonna have to pay me.
Wow.
Yeah.
The original scumbag landlord.
So they're
like, this place is haunted and we should immediately get our money
Right,
back.
So they butted heads over the matter. The city had also rented out a few rooms in the house to store the court documents, like court records and stuff. So when this that I'm about to tell you happened, like, I don't know if the Whaley family was like now keeping the city from the records because they were breaking their lease, and they're like, well, then we're gonna
hold your shit.
Yeah, like, it's ours then. This is our property.
Right.
And
Until you pay.
I don't know, but they were pissed. The city and the Whaleys, I guess.
Well, then they should pay. If they have a signed document, a signed contract.
Yeah. In 1871, Thomas was away on business, and there was a violent raid on the Whaley house by an angry mob
Good God.
to retrieve these records.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Vigilante justice, I guess.
For court records. I don't know. Whatever. During this raid, Anna Whaley, the mom Anna, was held at gunpoint on the 9th stair of the staircase in her home. So this was obviously very fucking traumatic to her.
Yeah.
And now people report a feeling of dread and an overwhelming presence, also pressure on this step.
The 9th step.
And they call it the legend of the 9th step. The 9th step.
Wow.
Yeah.
But did she die? She didn't
No.
die.
No.
It was just like traumatic energy left behind.
Yeah, and they also came in and like just ruined the house. It was bad.
Fucking assholes.
What
was in the court documents? Why the
I
fuck was
know.
they so special? Like, my alimony's in there.
So while they're living there, they say they continue to hear the noises and footsteps, and Anna said there was always a feeling of doom in the home. Which is really, really sad to
A little
have
bit.
a feeling
That's supposed
of,
to be your happy place.
of doom in your house.
Yeah.
Like,
That's how you feel when the sun goes down.
it is. Yeah. Also, her like baby died there, which is kind of horrible. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, but I feel like that happens. Like, that happened a lot back then.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know. I just feel like back then they got over it. Not that it wasn't, like, traumatic, but I don't know. A lot of babies died back then.
Right. Yeah.
Like 1 out of 3.
Scarlet fever,
Yeah. And SIDS, maybe.
tuberculosis.
Just small babies.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. We could just keep going listing reasons that
Childbirth?
babies die. Yeah. It's raining, I think. Yeah, it is. Yeah, you go, girl. You go, girl.
You go, Glen Coco. Is it raining?
Yeah, it is.
So proud of you.
It's great.
Okay. So in 1882, the two daughters, Violet and Anna, were married.
To each other?
No, but close. Anna married her first cousin, John Whaley.
By blood?
Mm-hmm.
So they are related?
Yeah, but she didn't have to change her last name. So, like,
Cute. But
that
they're going to have little mutant
saves
babies,
a
right?
lot. You know what I'm craving right now?
A mutant baby?
I mean,
What are you getting out of this conversation?
Pollo Tropical.
That does sound good. A salad. Chicken quesadilla salad.
Salad. I want a troppy chop with the like garlic cilantro sauce, like too much of it.
Where did that come from?
I don't know. I'm hungry.
Oh, okay. Just didn't know if there was something that we said that made you think of a troppy chop. Like cutting up little babies?
Mutant. Okay. So Violet's husband, George, ended up being a horrible person. Like really abusive and treated
course
her
he
like
was.
fucking shit. They ended up getting divorced.
Really?
Yeah. So
That
in
was,
this
like,
time,
unheard
yeah,
of back then.
it was a huge scandal. Even though like she left this horrible situation.
She's still the one looked down on because,
Yeah.
you know, now she's an unwed spinster who,
Yeah.
you know, not good enough for a man.
Yeah. So she has to go back home to her parents. She's sad, obviously, but she's
Oh,
also
no. Does she kill
humiliated. Listen to this.
herself?
So
Aw.
the town, like everyone, they bullied and harassed her about being divorced
What fucking
and being,
Ugh.
you know,
yeah.
a spinster.
A used up old spent woman.
Like she did the damn thing and got out of a bad situation. Yeah. Come the fuck on. Oh, you got divorced? Gross.
Yeah. Back then it was like if you're not married, you're not shit.
Like you should.
You're a witch.
Let him beat you and spit in your face. Come on.
Ew. Is that what he did?
I don't know, but I'm just assuming.
Okay.
So on August 18th, 1885, Violet could no longer take this treatment and the depression that it caused. So she went out to one of the buildings in the backyard and shot herself in the chest with her father's gun.
In the chest?
Yeah.
Who does that? She did.
Yeah. So this is the story that they were telling when I was standing in the house.
In your mom's
looking
sneeze?
out. No, looking out to they were talking about tuberculosis when my mom screamed sneeze. Just scream.
Screezed.
Scream. That sounds so gross.
No, I don't like it.
Where the guy was
the
in the
creeper?
backyard.
Yeah.
So she was talking about how the girl, committed suicide. I hate, you're not supposed to say that. Completed suicide outside in that backyard, and then there's just a guy poking his head around the corner of the window, and I'm like, whoa, what the fuck?
God.
Horrifying.
That's a lot.
Real people are so much more scary.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, she was a real person, but who shoots herself in the chest? I don't know why. That seems like it wouldn't, I don't know. It seems like the chances of it working are kind of hard, right?
Yeah, maybe
you have to get it in the heart.
Didn't know,
Ugh.
I don't know.
Okay.
So Thomas actually found Violet.
Oh, God.
Yeah, he
Wait,
probably.
I thought this was Anna.
I may have said Anna. It's Violet.
Okay. So the
Anna
newer
and,
one.
Anna and Violet got married the same year. Anna married her cousin. Violet. Calm down.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. So, yeah, she actually died in her father's arms, which is just so hard to read out loud.
Aw.
And it's so crazy to think that as a young man, Thomas Whaley was sitting there watching that guy die in the gallows, not knowing that his own children will also die in the exact spot. Boom.
Are you crying?
Fucking with me. No, are you?
No.
Okay. You sure?
Yeah.
All right.
I mean,
I
got all my
could.
tears out. I cried all day yesterday because I watched piglets die.
Piglets? Yeah. Why would you watch that?
I mean, it was
it's your own fault. Did you
I didn't
want to
know
cry?
they were going to die. It was a surprise to me too.
Okay. All right.
It's really sad. I mean, I still suggest everyone watch Clarkson's Farm, but
oh my God. No, that was so weird.
it's not weird. It's a good show, except for that episode where all the pigs die.
I don't know about you. Anyway.
I love British humor.
Okay.
Not the pigs. That's not funny. That was not funny. Everything else is funny, though.
So Thomas spent years trying to get the town to pay for the damage to his house and the trauma to his family from the raid for the courthouse documents, these precious, precious documents. He never saw any type of repayment.
Yeah. They got what they wanted. They're like, sorry, you should have given it to us in the first place.
Right. The family moved away again and the house.
They kept the house, though?
Yeah. But it still sat vacant.
Just sell the fucking thing.
Right. Only 5 years after his daughter Violet died, in 1890, Thomas passed away at the age of 67.
Wow, that's really old for back then.
Yeah. There's no details, so I'm assuming it was just natural causes. The family, they still own the house. So Thomas and Anna's son, Francis, moved into the house in 1909 to do renovation because it had sat empty and gone into disrepair.
For 50 years. Yeah.
And what happens to spooky houses when they get renovated?
The spirits come alive. They are alive.
The ghosties get mad. Yeah. They stirred that shit up.
Aww.
Anna, the mom Anna, moved back into the home with Francis while he was working on it, and she too died in the home in 1913.
So So 4 years later. Wow.
So Thomas didn't.
Of natural causes also?
Yes.
Okay.
Thomas didn't die
In the house.
in the house, but like.
Do people say he haunts it?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Like so far.
You're like, that's not possible. Check your facts.
So all of the remaining children, Anna, Lily, George. Lily.
When did they have Lily? Who the fuck's Lily?
You're right. Her name was Corinne.
Corinne. Did she change her name?
I specifically remember trying to figure out how to spell Corinne. And,
And somehow you ended up with Lily?
No, before.
That's way off.
And then I remember having to like go back a few times and listen to where they said Anna, Lily, and George, because I was like, I thought Anna was the one who had killed herself. And I was like, no, that's Violet. So I remember listening to the part where they said Lily quite a few times. Anyway, whatever. It's Anna,
Okay, so
Corinne,
it's-
and George. They moved back into the house with Francis. But all of them, except for one, died in that house while they were staying there. Again, as time goes on, they all just died there.
Within like a span of how much time?
I have no idea.
Okay.
After 1913.
That's a lot of time to
Mhm.
think about.
So now the Whaley House is a historical site and museum and open to the public. They do daily tours, but stick around till it gets dark to do a ghost tour.
So if you go in the daytime, they don't talk about the ghosts?
I'm sure they do, but
Oh, okay.
like
But it's probably
What's
more
the
like
point?
historical.
a lot of activity is known to happen in this house. So for starters, the old piano will start playing itself, and it plays very slowly, one fucking creepy note at a time.
Dude, did you see that lightning?
No.
Sorry, that scared the shit out of me. Like right when you made that.
Bom, bom, bom.
I'm surprised we don't hear it yet. I thought that was like really close.
Oh, there it is. Oh,
I thought it was going to be much closer. Sorry.
yeah.
Go on.
The lights and chandeliers will swing around and turn on and off on their own, even now that there's modern electric. And some of these light fixtures are not even hooked up to electricity.
But they're on?
They're turning on and off.
Can we prove that? I feel like they just
I
say
don't
it's
know.
not hooked up to electricity, but then they're just like, flip the switch when nobody's looking.
Just accept it.
Oh,
Look at that. No. Or it's like a battery operated
Yeah.
one and they have the
in their
remote.
pocket.
So they have hired electricians to fix the issues, but all have said there's no issue with the wiring or the lights. And
How can there be an issue with the wiring when there is no wiring?
exactly, Dr. Fiel. Sorry. People also hear footsteps in the house that cannot be traced to anyone, just like the family had experienced when they lived there.
Okay.
Doors unexpectedly swing opened and closed, which is so terrifying because I just picture like just your door like open, it just randomly slams shut.
That's the
So-
scary part.
So creepy. Or like you're laying in bed and you can't fall asleep and then your door just like flies open,
Yeah,
but
I
it's
don't
like
like that.
pitch black out. Oh, I have goosebumps. Okay.
I don't like that at all.
Whew. Okay. On a lighter note, guests also report hearing people having a meal in the dining room. They say they hear people talking and dishes and silverware clinking, as well as smell the food cooking, which is just cruel.
I feel like, so that's, now we're haunted food? Is that where we're at? Ghost food? Also, I also feel like that's something that could be easily faked. I want proof. I want irrefutable proof. They could hide little Alexas in the walls. Alexa, play a dinner sound. Play my clinking dishware Spotify.
Whatever. I just thought it was mean that they're like, wow, it smells so good. What's cooking? Nothing. The ghosts are
Nothing at all.
cooking. Yeah.
Do you like the smell of those ghost carrots?
So the activity doesn't end there. People hear children playing and footsteps of children running down the hallway. Cute.
That's very spooky. Do you think that's like, how many kids died? Only one kid died.
Yeah. Yeah,
but they hear multiple children, like plural.
Mm-hmm.
Who are the
People
other kids?
also rented there, and like
they may have died.
Yeah.
Ugh. Did they hang kids? What if they hung kids? Because back then, people were being sent to the gallows for everything. Like a kid's pickpocketing an apple would be sent to the gallows.
I don't know.
Ugh.
It's
Gross.
terrifying.
What if Yankee Jim was actually a 3-year-old?
I mean, he could have been. He could have been like a fucking 12-year-old, for all we know.
Yeah. That's why he doesn't have a last name.
James.
Sorry.
People outside report seeing people in the upstairs windows.
That's because they're on a tour.
And then find out the house is closed.
Oh. Okay.
And when staff is told, they report that nobody was in the house at that time.
Yes. Froggers.
Right.
They got in on the tour. They snuck into unauthorized areas and now they live there.
Or what if they just like...
And that's where the smelly food comes from.
Oh, yeah.
Holy shit. We just solved it. Froggers. Guys, check your attics.
Oh, your internet's out. Is your power out? Nope.
We still have power going to the recording stuff.
Oh,
yeah, my
God.
Wi-Fi is down.
Hope we don't lose power.
I didn't think about that. I didn't. We do have a lot of power surges here, especially when it storms.
Okay, let's get through this.
Yep.
Okay. The beds in the house will have a creepy impression of a body laying in them.
Bad memory foam. Go on.
After the beds had been made, but the public can't access the rooms.
So they can only see like from afar.
Yeah, there's like a plexiglass and like there's just suddenly a body imprint when there wasn't one.
Yeah, like how can you fucking tell?
Like, just picturing a pillow all of a sudden being like smushed down
does
with
it
a
right
head.
in front of them? Ew, I don't like that.
Even the Whaley's family pets have made appearances.
Oh, Francis the dog?
Guests now will report how cute the cat or dog they saw was, and guides will have to tell them, well, there are no animals in this house right now.
Unless there's like rats.
Maybe.
Big
Probably
rats
is
in California.
The dog and cat are even seen playing in the backyard.
Those could just be strays.
Well,
those aren't ghost dogs.
I don't know.
Wild.
So
I am such a skeptic. I'm so sorry. I want to believe, but all of these can be fucking explained away. I'm sorry.
So the city has restored the courthouse for the tours, and workers have reported hearing the gavel pounding. Staff will have to go back and investigate, see if someone's fucking around in there. And they find nobody's in the courthouse. Nobody could have gotten in or out.
Right.
Like, from the theater room, people will hear vaudeville music and sounds of a party. It's like a little ghosty party.
I don't like that. That reminds me of that scene in Rose Red. You've never seen Rose Red? Oh my God.
I mean, I
Tamara.
have.
It's about like the Winchester house, kind of.
Rose Red. Yeah.
It's like based on the Winchester house. And there's one scene where like the ghosts are having a party and like all the fucking ghost equipment's like going off the chain and like exploding and catching on fire because the ghosts are so active.
Is that where like there's like red rum on the...
That's a different movie, love.
Is it
That's
called
The
Red
Shining.
Rum? Oh, okay. Honestly,
Red Rum.
I was like shown those things when I was way too young.
Same.
So I don't
That's
remember.
why I'm a spooky bitch.
Oh, look at that storm out there. Okay.
I just cleaned up all my plants too. Now they're gonna get filled with water. I'm okay with it.
And when I was on the tour, they also talked about how like that theater room was used for housing tuberculosis patients, but I couldn't find that anywhere else. So I think maybe it was like just when the family wasn't living there, that's one of the things the house was used as.
If they had like a big outbreak, maybe they didn't have like access to a hospital or
right. And plus they like separated them.
yeah.
But so there's like even more death contributed. Also sounds of a crying baby who's thought to be baby Thomas who died.
I hate that.
Yeah.
If I was haunted by a crying baby, fucking kill myself. I'm sorry. I can't do that. I can barely handle alive babies. Like, I don't need a haunted baby.
So we talked earlier about that archway in the living room.
Yeah.
People who stand in the spot report feeling a tightness in their necks and difficulty breathing or suddenly have to cough.
Did you do that?
I don't think so. But people walking.
Pussy.
I know. I mean, I walked through it, but people will be on tours and like walk through it, and then like every time someone walks through the archway, like, cough, and then
Do they already know that that's going to happen though?
No,
because maybe it's like
and
a
they don't even,
psychosomatic thing.
They don't even realize that it's happening until they're like they just keep hearing people cough and realize like this isn't a coincidence that
But like the tour guides don't say if you walk under this archway you'll cough.
not until after.
Okay, because I'm like,
Yeah.
could very well just be like a
Right. One tour guide said that sometimes we get visitors coming up and down the stairs who end up with red marks around their necks, and the stairs are right next to the archway.
yeah.
The visitors don't feel any pain from the marks and don't realize they're there until someone points it out. There was even a story
so it doesn't
of like
hurt. That's nice.
there was a story of
I like a choke if it doesn't hurt.
like a teenage girl and her boyfriend were on the ghost tour, and he looks over and like sees the marks on her neck and tells her, and she screams and runs out of the house.
Okay, that's an overreaction, ma'am.
Other tour guides share an experience of a little girl on one of their tours that was waving to someone in the living room that no one else could see.
Oh,
like,
I think I heard about
hi.
this one. That's creepy.
Hi, man.
I don't like that. Who's that?
Yeah.
What little girl died there? I don't like that.
She didn't. No, the girl was alive.
The little girl waving at people that
Yeah.
nobody else saw?
She was on the tour, like with her family,
Uh-huh.
and she was waving
Oh, at like,
nothing.
ew. Okay. Gross. Hate that so much.
Once in a while, adults will report seeing a man walking around who is not really there. And this is
Exciting.
thought to be Mr. Whaley.
Even though he didn't die there.
Right. Guests will ask
What if it's fucking, what's his name?
James
Yeah. I was going to
or
say
anyone who died
John
there.
Wayne Dawkins for some reason. What's his name?
John Wayne Gacy.
Yeah, what's his name? Virginia Joe? What's his fucking name? Tell me. It's going to drive me insane. Slim
Yankee?
Jim.
Yankee Jim.
Thank you.
Virginia Joe.
Sorry.
You were so close.
Wow. I think it's Virginia Joe. Because Thomas didn't die there. Why would he haunt? He'd probably be fucking stoked to not be there.
I know. I don't know.
Why would he go back there?
I can't make sense of ghost.
No.
Guest will
That's not what we get paid for.
Guest will ask who that man is that was in the room or who's walking around upstairs, and the guides will have to tell them, we are the only ones that are in the house.
I hate
There's
that so much.
nobody upstairs.
Oh, I just got chills because like it kind of made me think about that one scene in The Haunting of Hill House where they're like, it's the bent neck lady. Like, what if you saw someone with like a broken neck just like walking around like head dangling?
Gross.
That's a thought.
Ugh.
That's a thought.
So this exact experience actually happened to Christine from And That's Why We Drink.
Ew.
She did talk about it at her.
That
one
lightning
of the
made our
live
recording
show.
flicker. Sorry.
Did it?
Go ahead. You're good.
It looks okay. It's still going.
Yeah.
So she saw, like, she was downstairs and she saw a man in, the same outfits that the tour guides are wearing,
Yeah.
walk past and into a room. And she said, who's that up there? And they said, nobody. Nobody's up there.
But he was wearing the same outfit as the tour guides.
kind of like the period clothing that they wear.
Oh, the tour guides wear period clothing? I didn't know that.
So, but she insisted, I just saw someone up there. So she went up the stairs to prove them wrong, but obviously there's nobody there. And like the upstairs is not a big area. Like when you walk up the stairs, you're like at a landing, and the landing's basically like a U shape. And like when you get to the top of the stairs, you're at like the bottom middle of the U, and like it goes and that's
around.
it doesn't go all the way around. And like on the inside of the U, it's just railings, and you can see down, and whoever's down there can see up. And so
it's like the grand staircase on the Titanic. That's what I'm picturing.
It's tiny though.
Right.
It's so tiny. But the room that she saw the person walk into was one of the rooms that was like covered in plexiglass at the doorway. You can't get in there. I mean, like staff can go in there, but you have to like, you know, unlock it and like, make a thing out of it.
Make a whole thing.
Make a whole scene.
It's a headache.
So like there was no way he could have gone anywhere else without being seen. It's basically like, I mean, like it's two dead ends. At the end of the like. So that's like really, really common experience. People see Mr. Whaley, quote, quote, quote. In 1964, Regis Philbin had visited the house, and
how fucking old is this man?
Regis?
Sorry,
he is dead.
Oh,
he did die.
Well,
not
that makes
too
sense.
long ago. Like,
no, I don't think it was too long ago.
Like 2020, 2019.
Wow. He must have been 1,000.
Yeah. He definitely had a stroke and like couldn't talk right for a while.
Oh, did he? I didn't know that.
Anyway, he said he saw Anna Whaley in the house, the mom, Anna. So he said, quote, "All of a sudden, I noticed something on the wall. There was something filmy and white. It looked like semen." I know, that's what I pictured. But he says, it looked like an apparition of some kind. I would have described it differently.
Yeah, I also would have. You're making it sound like that theater room's gushing. Bursting at the seams.
He said, "I got so excited I could not help myself."
Did he say that?
You're so dirty. He did say that.
I got so excited I couldn't help myself. There was a milky substance on the wall. All right. Philbis.
No, it was Anna. Philbis. No.
Philbis?
Regis Philbin. I got so excited I could not help myself. I flipped on the flashlight and nothing was there but a portrait of Anna Whaley, the long dead mistress of the house. A lot of people poo-poo it, but something was going on in that house.
Okay, Regis, thank you.
I trust him, honestly.
Do you? I mean, he's probably a ghost now somewhere.
Yeah, you're right.
Gross.
Wonder if he makes stops at the Whaley House.
I bet they could call him up and hire him. Ghost services.
1-800
Philbis.
Ghost. Oh, Philbis.
I just can't get it right. I'm so sorry.
So
names are really hard today.
Another figure you're supposed to trust.
Virginia Joe.
Yeah. No.
Oh.
A police officer. So.
A ghost?
No. Well, he might be dead now, but I don't know.
Okay.
So he actually.
He saw something.
He did see something, and he kept it a complete secret and didn't tell anybody until he wrote a letter when he retired from the force. And
do you have the letter?
No, but in the letter he said he was the only one on duty on that night when he was called to the Whaley House after someone had called and reported seeing and hearing a woman sobbing behind the Whaley House.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Is that Violet?
That's exactly what I thought too.
Oh, I just got fucking chills.
Yeah.
I'm covered in chills. I'm so grossed out.
The officer says when he got there, he heard the sobbing, and when he looked in the back, he saw a woman in period clothing crying. So he said, "Ma'am, are you all right?" Well, I'm sure he didn't say like that.
Ma'am, are you all right?
Words get like crumbled in my mouth. It's like I got a lot going on in there.
All right.
He said, "Ma'am, are you all right?" He said she then turned to him, smiled, and disappeared.
Oh my God, I thought you were going to say she turned to him, smiled, and shot herself in the chest.
Oh, God.
That's a horror movie right there.
Yeah. Yeah, so he like kept that a secret because
who would believe him?
yeah, and he didn't want
And
to.
it would make him lose his credibility as an officer.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's really scary. And I feel like that, I don't know if it's irrefutable, but like, that's gross. And it was like at the back of the house. Isn't that where she killed herself? In the greenhouse or whatever?
If they can like prove the report of like the call,
ooh.
like someone actually is like, there's a woman, and the person who called saw her too. She saw and heard her.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Everybody records their 911 calls.
Yeah.
Unless do they record non-emergency calls?
Or I don't know if it was so long ago. Like they only had
84.
911 like it started in like the 60s, I think.
Gross. That one got me.
Another story from a longtime tour guide named Victor. He was the last person in the house after closing one night, setting the alarm to walk out. And I don't know, I picture like, remember we used to work at Winn-Dixie, like one person would have to go in and unarm it and then like come. So like that's what I'm thinking. I think that's why he was the only one there. So he's setting the alarm or like getting ready to, and he hears clear as day a woman say, quote, "Why are you here?" From the pitch black of the house. Just like so he runs out without clearing the code, and that
police call
set off the alarm. So the police show up, and while they're questioning Victor, they told him, "Okay, now we just need to talk to the lady in the parlor." And Victor was like, "What lady, motherfucker? What? Excuse me." He didn't say that.
Poor Victor.
That's what I would have said. Excuse
Don't
me?
you know there's ghosts in there?
Like, this is the Whaley
That's not
House.
a
Come on.
lady. I'm not going back in there.
The officer says, "The lady in the green dress, she works here too, right?" Obviously, there's no lady.
Wait. They said the lady in the green dress? Victor said he didn't see anyone. He said it was black.
Yeah. But I'm assuming when they went in, they turned the lights on. Because he was like...
But did they see the lady in the green dress?
The police officers did, yeah.
Oh! You got me again. Ew. Sorry. My whole body's covered in chills.
Good.
That's disgusting.
Other reports from visitors are feeling depressed and lightheaded from the time they enter the house until they leave. People smell tobacco smoke when no one around is smoking, as well as smelling Anna's perfume, which is something that they say, but how do they know? It's not just like another person.
Old lady, yeah.
Perfume on.
They all like the same grandma smell.
Yeah. Like normal haunted house stuff, you know? Anna Whaley said the house was cursed, and I totally believe her. I mean, like, fuck, like the land that people... horrible botched executions.
Yeah, a lot of them.
Like it felt really creepy when I was there, but it was also nighttime, dark, and I was on a ghost tour.
Flashlights.
We had our phones to like take pictures, and like they had some lighting in there,
so it wasn't pitch black.
No, but it was pretty dark. So yeah, that's my story, and we have 5 months until spooky time, so girls trip.
Is that far?
We could plan a girls trip
to California,
San Diego.
That's definitely not a weekender.
La Jolla.
What?
Sunset Cliffs. Ocean Beach.
Are you just naming places in San Diego?
Ghost. Recreational marijuana.
Okay. I don't have any money.
Me either.
Are you paying?
No. We're hitchhiking.
We're going out of the state in June, and I have like no idea how we're gonna pay for the hotel. It's gonna be like $1,000, over $1,000
It's insane.
for like a week.
I can't even shit without getting a fucking bill in the mail.
Yeah, it's wild.
I might go to fucking jail so I can afford to live somewhere.
I don't think that's a good idea.
I know. I have to find a place for my kid. I don't trust anyone.
She could come with you. Steal some
She did it
apples.
too. Hey.
Check her pockets. Bitch steals from me all the time. Stole my youth. Some of my teeth.
Truly. Truly. I'm missing 2 teeth after that fucking
Ew,
pregnancy.
you lost 2 teeth?
Well, I have, what are they called?
Fake teeth?
No.
Veneers?
No.
Cavities?
No.
Root canals?
Yeah. What do they put on after a root canal?
Fillings?
No.
Caps?
Thank you. A cap.
Wow.
Is it, well, maybe. No, a crown. That's what it's called.
Ah.
Got 2 crowns over teeth that were destroyed in pregnancy.
The things they don't tell you before you bore children.
Bore children?
Is that a word?
I don't
Like
know.
you bear children? You bore children? Like
I
an
don't know.
animal?
But like, try to brush your teeth pregnant. I dare
Why?
you. I dare you.
What
It's-
happens?
You gag. And throw up.
Really?
Yeah.
It heightens your gag reflex?
Oh, yeah.
Huh.
It's bad.
That's wild.
I still like have some issues sometimes when I'm brushing my teeth, and I keep a bottle of rubbing alcohol on my sink because it like when you smell it, it helps with like that
Nausea?
gagging to go away.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
It's helpful when you're sick to your stomach too, and you're like, oh God, I'm gonna throw up.
I could have used that last week.
Yeah.
Right on.
Like, I feel like if I lived next to the Whaley House or like someplace like that, I would be there so much.
You'd be
How
like
fucking cool
a
would
regular.
Yeah.
Can I get a discount pass, please?
that be? You again.
I'm here every day.
Or I could work there.
That would be cool. I do wonder how much tour guides make.
I would like
like,
my job.
What a fun job that would be.
Yeah.
Like, nobody's going to scream at a tour guide angrily. You know, nothing bad could happen to a tour guide, right? Tour guides, write in. I want to hear about your horrible days. Do you have any?
I mean,
Probably not.
people are people.
Yes, people gonna people, but I feel like people on tour guides, on tours are like happy people.
I hope so. Yeah, they're on vacation.
Yeah.
Mostly.
Yeah.
Unless you're me.
Who's gonna be like mad at the end of a ghost tour? Like, I didn't see anything. Like, okay, they don't like you then.
They hide
I
from
don't
assholes.
control the ghosts, sir.
All right. So that's my report. Do you have any questions?
No, I asked them all during.
Okay.
I just like still feel like Yankee Joe, Jim, James didn't get a, you know, I want to delve into him some more. What's his story?
He was just a petty criminal.
So why is he the one highlighted?
Because that's the one.
Oh, that's the
it's
one
like,
that Thomas saw.
It just came so full
Yeah.
circle.
I just want to know how many of those ghosts are from the hanged.
Probably a lot.
Probably
Because-
a lot.
It was botched.
Yeah,
They
nobody's happy after a botched procedure.
no. Now I want to Google how much tour guides make.
Maybe we can do that after the pod before we get a power surge.
Tour guide.
Oh, she's doing it now. I can't stop her.
What's it called? Like the money you make?
Salary?
Thank you. I'm bad with words. And you get tipped as a tour guide too.
You have to be like, you have to have a really, really good personality, though. You can't be a dud and be a tour guide.
It's not good.
$16 an hour. Less? What?
The average pay is $13.48 per hour.
And you're like a showman.
Yeah.
And you're on your feet all day and you're talking all day.
But it's really, really important to tip tour guides.
I never do because I didn't know that you had to.
Yeah.
Oops. In my defense, I've only been on like one tour. Actually, 2. But the first one shouldn't have gotten a tour.
Right.
Shouldn't have gotten a tip because they were terrible.
Terrible. Why are these all purple? Like I've clicked on them before.
Maybe
What is
you
wrong
have
with me?
clicked on them before. She's changing careers. Oops. Sorry about that.
I would love to have a job that I enjoy.
Wouldn't that be nice?
That would be so cool.
I know. My dad asks me all the time because I'm just like, every time he asks me how my day was at work, I'm just like, what do you think? It was horrible. Right. Just like every other day of the week.
Yeah.
He's just like, wow, you're like really unhappy. What job would you want to do? Like, what's your dream
That's
job?
the fucking problem.
I'm just like,
who knows? Number one.
You know what I said?
Nothing.
Nothing. I want to do nothing.
Yeah.
I want to fucking lounge around in my pajamas every day and like not have to leave my house and interact with stupid people or get in my stupid car and drive on our stupid roads. Yeah. I just want to be left alone with my little circle of friends and family and just like fucking vibe and like dig around in the dirt outside a little bit, you know?
I know. That's how I feel. I'm like, career aspirations?
Yeah.
Does
anybody fucking want to work?
Yeah.
No.
Ugh.
I can't even think of a job, you know, like when you like what you do, you're never really working. I just can't think of anything like that.
What? Make pottery? What the fuck to do? What's enjoyable that's gonna pay you money? This fucking bullshit.
I love gardening. I cannot make money off of that shit. Everything's dying out there. But I'm still gonna do it. But I'm not gonna make money off of it.
No.
Like, fuck off with that shit.
You know what I enjoy? Getting high on my patio.
And watching the thunder.
Yeah.
Wait, you can't watch thunder? But if you can if you're high.
That was funny.
Thanks.
Anyway, you know, if anyone wants to hire me, I charge like $25 an hour. That's a bit much.
For $25 an hour, I expect not a single spelling error in your script, you know, for being a tour guide. And
do I have to write stuff down?
You probably have a script. You're like, I'm out.
Fuck that.
You have to like memorize stuff.
No, I mean,
I'm sure you have to like invent some jokes.
I mean, like anything.
What?
If anyone wants to hire me to do a job, I charge $25 an hour and I have to work 40 hours and I need
dental.
Yeah.
For my falling out teeth.
I'm also going to need parental leave.
And all the sick days ever.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I just going to want to call out for no reason.
Unlimited PTO. Like, and there's also like, I work from home, obviously. But like I have to call out because I have to stay home.
That sounds amazing. How does that work if you're a remote worker?
I don't know.
You don't have sick days, right?
I don't think so. I think that's why they give you PTO instead of sick time.
Yeah. I would love to work remotely.
I wouldn't know because I don't get a remote job. I don't have one. I don't know what to do. I don't want to talk to fucking customer service people because that sounds horrible.
Right? Like we could be remote workers and work for like a customer service line, but everybody's yelling at you all day long. How do you separate that from like...
Yeah, and you're just bringing that energy into your house.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm going to be yelling at my dogs all day long.
Yeah.
Like, I can't handle you right now, Lulu. Okay.
I don't know. I see customer service jobs where they just like type, like, you know, when you
the
like
little fucking bubbles.
Yeah.
Yeah, but how secure is that job when all of those little bubbles are moving over to AI?
I know.
That's really... Everybody needs to stop using AI. It's stressing me out. I know I sound like one of those old people, but like they're taking our jobs. Like AI is going to replace all of us. Like, so stop it. Stop relying on it. Stop making your stupid, weird little pictures. I know it's cute to look at Henry Cavill naked on a horse, but like it's not real. We need to rail Henry Cavill to be naked on a horse. Okay? And he needs to make money from that.
Mm-hmm.
None of this AI generated bullshit.
Yeah. Yep.
That's all I have to say.
She's really worried about Henry Cavill's
the career of his nipples is in jeopardy. Okay?
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Sorry. Okay, we never know how to end this. Send your stories to fearfulfriendspodcast@gmail.com. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at fearfulfriendspodcast.
Don't yell at them. My God, you're so heated.
Everybody's just like, end it already. Goodbye.
Listen, friends, please. We would love for you to rate, review, subscribe. Apple Podcasts is so important. And just, tell someone about us. Spread the word. It helps us so much. Maybe this could be our job one day.
Laugh.
Thank you, Lori.
Laugh.
All right. Bye, friends.
Bye.